Wow, Boeing was already having some issues with their bad planes, the doors coming off, uh, the workers using soap to act as lubricant on the door hinges and stuff. And now you got a whistleblower who died and uh, before his death, said if anything happened to him, it's not a suicide. This definitely isn't a good look for Boeing to have whistleblowers die after blowing the whistle.
I know that he did not commit suicide. There's no way.
First tonight, our investigative reporter Ann Emerson has new information in the death of Boeing whistleblower John Barnett. A close family friend of Barnett says he predicted he might wind up dead, that a story could surface that he killed himself. But he told her,
This happens quite often, it seems. A whistleblower blows the whistle on a company or something, and then they wind up dead somehow, and it's usually ruled a suicide. Uh, More than likely, it's the company uh, getting a hit on the person. I mean, look at Coca-Cola. They have death squads that they sent out in South America to kill activists.
don't believe it. And
Tessa, Barnett's family friend Jennifer said they had talked about this exact scenario playing out, but his words seemed like a premonition. He told her, don't ever believe it.
I knew John because his mom and my mom are best friends. And so over the years, get togethers, birthdays, celebrations, and, whatnot, we've all got together and talked. And, you know, that's how we really know each other.
And when Jennifer needed help one day, Barnett came by to see her. They talked about his upcoming depositions in Charleston. Jennifer knew he filed an extremely damaging complaint against Boeing. He says the aerospace giant retaliated against him when he blew the whistle on unsafe practices. For more than 30 years, Barnett was a quality manager. He'd recently retired and moved back to look after his mom in Louisiana.
He wasn't concerned about safety because I asked him, I said, aren't you scared? And he said, and his voice and the way he would talk, no, I ain't scared. He said, but if anything happens to me, it's not suicide. I know that he did not commit suicide. There's no way. He loved life too much. He loved his family too much. He loved his brothers too much to put them through what they're going through right now.
Yeah, a person that hasn't been suffering from suicidality or anything like that, um, or they're you know it's never seen that that's something that they would do. It is pretty odd how a person would commit suicide, especially if they still want to be with their family, they love their friends, and they love life. It's definitely something odd.
And he basically told you not to believe it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Not true. He's got too much to do, likes breathing. And he did. He had a lot of plans of things that he wanted to do.
What do you think happened?
I think somebody got in there and made, money can buy anything nowadays, it seems like. And there's a lot of evil in this world.
I mean, it's not hard for a rich person to hire an assassin, especially if they know the proper channels. Uh, we cannot pretend that hitmen do not exist in this world.
I think somebody didn't like what he had to say and wanted to shut him up, and didn't want it to come back on anyone, so that's why they made it look like a suicide.
The last time she saw Barnett,
Though their hopes to keep everything quiet hasn't really worked out, besides the fact that their own planes are sometimes bursting into flames in the sky, or doors are being ripped off due to bad bolts or whatever. They're going to probably go under, or their stocks are going to end up crashing or something. Boeing, is definitely not a good airplane company.
It was at her father's funeral in late February. He was one of the pallbearers. Sometimes family and friends referred to him by his middle name, Mitch.
I think everybody is in disbelief and can't believe it. And I told everybody that I don't care what they say, I know that Mitch didn't do that.
And just because Mitch Barnett is dead doesn't mean this case won't move forward. His attorneys say they're still prepared to go to trial in June.